for a servant of servant thou shalt be unto thy brother. You attend Bible class, don't you? You remember this? Cursed be Canaan, for a servant of servant thou shalt be unto thy brother. So they tell us in a system, they say that we black peoples of the earth are the children of Ham.
يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا فملاقيه.
The Bible tells us that God created a man, and so we have a different nation here, population here. So now, why did God allow blacks to be suffer?
Now I will explain that. You see, the creation is a creation of God. But mankind, he creates his own standards of judging. Like, for example, we are told by certain groups of churches that the black people of the earth are the children of Ham. You see, Noah, you heard the name Noah, after the flood. In the Genesis chapter 9 you read, Noah, after the flood, him and his 3 sons, Sam, Ham and Japheth, they started growing grapes. And from the fruit of the vine, they fermented the wine. And Noah drank too much. And he was lying naked. I'm reading this from the book of Genesis chapter 9. And out of his 3 sons, Sam, Ham and Japheth, Ham saw his father's nakedness. Sprawled out on the ground naked. And it was a big joke for him. So he laughed. Who laughed? Ham. The other 2 sons, they felt remorse, ashamed of the father's condition. So they took a piece of cloth and they walked backwards and they covered up the father. The father, in the meantime, he knew what was going on, but he was too dead drunk to do anything about it. But when he came into his senses, he began to curse. And you remember the curse? He said, "Cursed be Canaan, for a servant of servant thou shalt be unto thy brother." You attend Bible class, don't you? You remember this? "Cursed be Canaan, for a servant of servant thou shalt be unto thy brother." So they tell us in a system, they say that we black peoples of the earth are the children of Ham. So they want to see to it that you keep to your role. Your role is sweep the streets, carry the rubbish bin, work in the factories, whatever. This is your menial labor, that is your destiny. Now this is the invention of man. See, man's own invention. So the invention of man, the devilishness in man, is finding excuses to how I can discriminate against you, create theories, weave stories, fairy tales, and around these fairy tales I find justification for keeping you down. Now the Holy Quran, this book of God, the Quran, our religious book, it gives us an explanation of the theory of race. And I would like you to judge whether it answers the problems of mankind or not. It says, and I'm quoting in Arabic the original, and I give you the translation. It says, "Ya ayyuhan nas," say, "O mankind," the whole of mankind, whether Africans, Indian, Chinese, Eskimo, everybody. "Ya ayyuhan nas," O mankind, "inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa unsa." It is we, God Almighty says, we who have created the male and the female. We have created you all of a single pair, a male and a female. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلًا. And it is we who have made you into nations and tribes. What for? To discriminate against one another? No. It's لِتَعَارَفُوا, that you may recognize one another. This Mr. John is a Zulu, that Mr. John is a Frenchman, that Mr. John is a German. For the purpose of recognition, he has made you into nations and tribes. But since man has a sickness of wanting to discriminate on false premises, so God Almighty gives us a standard. We all have a tendency to behave like that. All. There is no exception. There is no nation on earth who is an exception to this rule, that everybody wants to create standards of judging other people as inferior to themselves. So God Almighty, He gives us a standard. See, since man has the sickness of creating false standards for himself, this creator, God himself, he gives us a standard of judging between people. And the judgment is, it says, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. So most certainly, the noblest in the sight of God is he who is the best in conduct. Not rich or poor, not black or white, but the best in conduct. If your behavior is better for mankind than mine, you are a better person. If my behavior is better than yours for mankind, then I'm a better person. It has got nothing to do with your race, your language, your color, or your riches. This is the standard as given by God Almighty in the Holy Quran, standard of judging between one and another.